is your favorite time of the show?
No, it's your favorite time of the show.
That's what I said. Your favorite time of the show.
No, your favorite.
That's what I
Mamba's
said.
favorite.
Yeah.
We got a big sip this week.
Welcome to Mamba's Social Sips, and we are in it this week. It's been a lot of stuff has been going on. So we'll start this week by going back to kind of last week. Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Chicago. Bubba gets run over by Alex before the rain delay. Even Alex apologized on TV. He said he, texted him and they had communication. Bubba didn't really respond in race because, he's mad. After the race, Alex wins.
Mhm.
Bubba comes up from his 36th finishing position or wherever it was way back there and doors Alex.
When Alex has the window net
Alex has the
down,
window net
belt's
down. So does
undone.
Bubba actually. And they, he's unbuckling and
Mhm.
so it's a bad deal. Gets a fine. Bob Pockrass talks to Bubba this week at Pocono. And Bubba was like, and it was very honest.
Very
about
honest. Very
how
candid,
he felt.
yeah.
And I mean, I think he hears a lot of the criticism of him and that he doesn't care and this, that, and the other, but he does really care. He's working hard at being a road course racer and for them to be putting together a good weekend and then have it all go away. And then the guy that you're racing
In
with
the
to get into
points, yep.
points is the one who gets into you. And then he ends up winning the race. And they would have been probably right there with each other on the same strategy. So $50,000 fine. But one of the big parts was Unc over here.
Good job, Kevin.
The guy, I texted Bubba. I said, Kevin and Delane are like the godparents of the garage. And you gave him some really good advice that I think
He referenced it. Yeah.
he referenced it. He's going to take with him for a while.
Well, here's the scenario was we're at the Legend Track and Bubba is there with us. He's been racing at the summer shootout every week just to have some fun and be a part of something that he likes to do. And here's my thing about Bubba is he takes so much heat on everything he does, good or bad. Bubba's a great person. And
Agreed.
when he's not in that pressure and, listening to all the people chirp at him, whether it's on his team or in the industry or off the racetrack or on social media, like he's a great person. And I just, if he would just be him and not have to worry about everything else that's going on, people are going to love him. No matter what he's done. I loved his interview this week. I love the fact that he went in there and he said didn't like it, didn't get defensive, didn't get mad, didn't point any fingers, because that's really the boat that you put yourself in those situations. I've been there 100 times, and you put it at the discretion of NASCAR. And sometimes they react, sometimes they don't, but you can't blame them, right? You can, but it's not going to do any good. But I love the Bubba Wallace away from the racetrack and the type of person that he is because he's a great person.
Mm-hmm.
He has great personality. He's fun. And I hope that he just doesn't worry about trying to live up to what everybody else thinks he should be. Just go be you. Do you, man, because you're a great guy.
So for people who maybe didn't see the interview, what did you say to him? What was the advice you gave him?
Well, exactly that. Just be yourself.
Okay, that's what you said.
Yeah,
Okay.
and don't go in there and be defensive or be mad. You can be mad and you can still have your opinion, but it doesn't have to be that you're angry, right?
Yeah.
Like I used to do the same thing. I used to go in there and just try to be angry and start throwing jabs and that it didn't get me anywhere. It just made me look bad, and I don't want him to get into that situation any more than he needs to be. You can still do all those things that you do, but you don't have to be the angry, mad person that's always just barking at people and carrying it right on your shoulders and have it affect your everyday life. Because when you have an attitude and are the type of person that Bubba is, people are going to love you. I mean, he has a great personality and he's a great person, and I just don't want him to ruin that. Carrying all that weight on his shoulders of what everybody else thinks. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you gave him advice. That's cool. You're kind of taking stock in people. You're tired and
I like
helping
all
them
of our
out.
guys.
Yeah.
I like
that's awesome.
I love our sport. I love all the guys that drive. I would do the same thing for you guys. I've done a lot of those dumb things. So if you need to know how to not do dumb things, come on over.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But I mean, Bubba's we've been friends. He's my longest friend here in North Carolina. We met when we were both like 16, and just the whole to this journey. I think people don't understand what it's been like, and when you're just blazing this trail by yourself, and you're the first one of you, and the things that come with that, good or bad.
But he carries it all right here.
He carries it all right, and on his show, like it's on his face, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
He wants to win so bad. And here's the other thing: people that say that he shouldn't be in the he's won at every single level. Period.
Yeah,
like he's a perennial winner at every level, and until now that he's been in a cup car that could win on a pretty regular basis. So like,
he doesn't have to prove he needs to be here anymore.
No,
not at all.
Now he's just got to figure out, the day-to-day grind with your team and get the most out of it. Like the rest of it, there is no more proving you need to be here. So
you're good, bro.
Just let it take a breath.
Yeah, just do you, dog.
That's right. Just do you.
Okay, rolling into silly season.
Yes, the silliest of seasons.
Folks, we have been cruising. And it started with the first domino of Michael McDowell, I felt like, when he decided to go to Spire. That was really the first signing domino. And now Noah Gragson is on his way to front row in 2025. Not 100% sure I saw that one coming. I thought he was going to end up somewhere else.
Where?
I honestly thought he might end up at RCR. I felt like his demeanor and how he is and the Bass Pro relationship made sense.
Third car or replacing somebody?
I think it could have gone either way. I think it was going to be a third car, but if you told me that it was replacing somebody and somebody was going to take a step back and reevaluate what they wanted, I would have not been surprised with that either. But so he's going to front row. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's great. They said they feel like he's the whole package. Like they really wanted him, and I think it's good for him to have that as a landing spot.
Yeah, and when you hear the team owner talk about the differences between all the other drivers that he's had from a personality standpoint and how he's looking forward to that, and I think Noah has done a good job this year of showing that he deserves to be here and wants to be here and has the work ethic and ability to do all the things that he's done in the car this year going forward. So it's going to be interesting to see all these things play out next year with what works, what doesn't work, who made a good decision, who made a bad decision, because we've seen that 34 car be in contention. And once Michael announced that he was going out and Ford kind of cut him off from everything, they've been kind of mediocre from that point forward. And probably that's the expectation for the rest of the year with that particular car because of the scenario. So announcing it early is good, but it's also bad.
Yeah.
And so, but from Noah's standpoint, I think with Noah and Todd, that'll be interesting because Todd's kind of quiet and reserved, and Noah's very
out there,
very out there as far as everything that he loves to do and does a great job promoting and doing all the things that go with it. But all you hear out of SHR is how great of a teammate Noah is and how much fun he is to be around, and all the guys talk about how great it is to have him in the shop and how much he helps the morale of the race team. Yep. So seems to me like he's doing a lot of things right.
Yep. I think they are set up for the future. This is not the old front row. This is a front row that wants to win more races. They got Todd Gilliland, locked him up for an extension of a couple of years.
Yep.
That
was huge. And now they got another young
guy.
stud.
Yep.
And they're stable. And now, along with that, your longtime crew chief, RC, Rodney Childers, who really took SHR to another level, has signed with Spire.
This one did surprise me. I got to be honest.
I think it surprised a lot of people. I think when you look at a lot of the pieces that Spire has put into place over the last little bit, I mean they've definitely made some moves with buying Kyle Busch Motorsports. They've hired Rodney. They put Doug Ducard in place. So there's just a number of things that it looks like they're building for the future, and you can't build towards the future without the right people. And the experience and pedigree that Rodney brings to that scenario is really going to benefit everything that they do at Spire. And I think with I don't know all the inner workings of everything that shook out, but obviously Rodney liked what they told him, and he's going to be the crew chief.
Yeah.
On the 7 car.
And they do have an alliance with Hendrick Motorsports.
That's right.
Keep that in mind. But I guess I was thinking he might move into more of a management competition role. I thought maybe he, because he's been doing the crew chiefing thing for a long time.
Well, and Rodney and I have had this conversation. You better, when you take that, if you take that next step into a management role, and I had this advice given to me as well. Once you take that step out the door,
you're done.
You better be willing to be done because you're not coming back through that door. So if you're not done with the competitive side from the crew chief standpoint, you better not take one step outside of that door, because if somebody sees you take that step out, most likely you're not coming back in, and you can't keep up with the progression. If you're not at the racetrack every week with this sport in that garage, you're behind.
Right. Yeah, it's different type of leadership when you move more to the business side for sure. And now we have Hailie Deegan. This is I'm interested to hear you guys take. So Hailie, I felt like had all the ability to make her way up through the ranks, and I still think she does. I think the Truck Series it was a tough step for her, and she never really got it going in the Truck Series. Makes the jump to Xfinity this year. Felt like that was a better move, and it just hasn't been a good year. And now her and AM Racing have split, and that's been a tough thing for her, I'm sure. And then you look at how the cars run. Cars run pretty good, pretty fast. So it's like, what was the miss here? What's your take on Hailie Deegan being out of the seat now?
I mean, obviously, I covered the Truck Series for many years, and when she first came in, and like you said, I feel like she had a lot of promise, but it just never really seemed to come together for her, which is unfortunate because I think we all wanted to see her do well because she brought so many unique things to the table. The Deegan name, famous in motorsports. She had a lot of financial backing, huge brands and sponsors aligned with her, massive following, but I just think the learning curve has been really steep. I don't know how much guidance and like mentorship she's had necessarily to try and find her way in these race vehicles, but what do you think?
Well, I think that that's part of the problem. I don't think that guidance and mentorship has been exactly what she needed for NASCAR. I think that the big mistake here was getting out of the Toyota development system. I don't think Ford has a great development system as far as the things that they do from ARCA all the way until you get to Cup. I don't think that they're developed. I don't think their development system, I don't even know if they have a development system. So you get put in these situations to where you don't have the resources and things that you need like Toyota does. And Chevy doesn't do it quite as well as Toyota does, but they do it better than Ford. So I think Ford has the worst development program as far as their drivers go. I think Toyota has the best, and I think Chevy's somewhere in the middle. But getting out of that Toyota development program with all the resources, and they're willing to give time. And I think that she needed more time in the Truck Series, getting that guidance and mentorship that she needed in order to develop into what she needed to be a NASCAR race car driver. And she carries this fan base off the racetrack that, it's a big fan base, and I think that she just got pushed through too fast and wound up in the wrong development system for her to be successful. So I think the moment that she stepped outside of that Toyota development system was a bad move.
I think Hailie Deegan is a raw talent. She has ability to drive race cars really fast, all different kinds. When she did the SRX deal, she was like right in the mix with the dogs. So it's not like she doesn't have the ability, but it's got to line up. You can have a really good quarterback. If you don't got the right team around him, it's just not going to work. And I think hopefully wherever she lands, it's a better
situation.
Better situation.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be tough to get another chance. That's going to be the hard part.
Yeah, true that. So that was Mamba's Social Sips.
Man, we're drunk. That was a long sip.
That was a long sip.
Hey, race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.